Working out. There we go. Recovery. Ah. All right. So the last point, I guess, we that I wanted to go over was recovery, right? So the first week we talked a little bit about nutrition, why it's important to have a healthy, balanced diet. Then last week we talked about fitness, right? Well, I mean, fitness in general, but I mean working out. We had a really good challenge, which everyone did, and I was really happy to see, everyone's progress. It did seem like it was getting a bit harder, but I don't know. By yesterday, I was like, I felt good, right? I love that comment. Oh, is it getting harder? It might be. It might be getting harder. If you haven't done any types of exercises like this, your body's getting used to it. But by the end, right, it was getting a lot easier. So there was three, I guess, key things. I think I wanted to focus on when you talk about recovery, right? So key points: recovery, big ones: stress, sleep, mobility, right? I feel like these are three things that really help with your recovery, right? And I guess stress is more something you want to avoid, obviously, but sleep and mobility super important. And I feel like not enough of us kind of do those things or put enough emphasis and focus on those. So stress, right? Why is mentioning stress so important? Right? So it can create, when you're stressed out, right, can create a lot of muscle tension and soreness. Right. So when you're stressed out, muscles seem to get tense, which can lead to a lot of soreness, stiffness. Um, when you wake up, it's a cold day, and lower back hurts. The knees seem to click a little bit, right? So this also helps make it difficult when you perform any physical activities, and definitely increases the risk of injury. Reduce energy and motivation when we're stressed out, right? I feel like it makes us more tired. I know, especially when I have a lot on my shoulders and I'm stressed out, I feel like I'm thinking about 1,000 different things at the same time. I feel weighted and I feel tired. Like I have no motivation. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do anything. And I think that it's something that's so common, you know, and by, hopefully limiting the stress, helps with that. Stress also can lead to a weakened immune system. So it makes it more difficult for our body to fight off colds, right? When we're stressed out, flu season, COVID season. Yeah. So recovery as well. So when we're stressed out, after when we exercise, right? When our stress, body produces this chemical called cortisol, and it leads to muscle breakdown and impairs recovery. It's almost like a stress hormone, and yeah, we get a lot more of it when we're stressed out. And obviously, mental health, right, which is super important. There are not a lot of people that feel put a lot of emphasis and focus on, but stress definitely has a negative impact on our mental health, right? Can impact our fitness levels. Stress can lead to our anxiety and depression, and definitely makes it hard to keep our fitness routine or just being healthier. Just being able to move and do the things you want to do. So yeah,
Can I jump in really quick, Dave?
yeah, absolutely.
Uh, to make this a little more interactive and get the guys involved here, I would love to know how you guys deal with stress because I've found that over the years the technique evolves. Maybe you have this go-to thing, maybe it's a run, maybe it's a stretch, meditation, whatever it is. Um, but especially during the COVID times and like with the recession, there's a lot of shit and stress happening. So whether, for me, I'll go first, a good de-stressor is actually coming here, showing up and talking to you guys, talking just, letting a load off and going for runs, right? It's kind of a way to reset myself, I found, and just take on the next week. Like, yeah, no problem. I feel good now. I'm ready for the next week. How about you
I'll go
guys?
next.
Yeah.
Mine is working out and or cooking/baking. for me, the cooking and baking is like you prep something and then you immediately see the results, right, within a short period of time. So that, for me, that's good.
Thanks. Andrew, Clement?
Yep. I used to go to the gym. I used to work out. I used to actually hit the sandbag. After a while, I think my dad was saying when you're stressed, don't work out like that because there's a high chance of getting injured because you're not focused. You know, I could kick the bag, my toe, and just little stupid things like that. So take your emotions out. So I said, okay. So I switched it up to drives. And then later on noticed that I decided to be more productive. So I put on classical music and then I just start cleaning the house. And then oh, you know, makes me feel better after the house is clean. I'm like, I gotta do it anyway. So I'm like, just clean. And then when I look at it, I'm just like, ooh, it's clean, it's nice, it smells nice or something like, and that's just makes me feel better too. Just like organize and declutter everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty OCD with that too. I need to have a clean space, otherwise I feel gross. Clement, I think you're the same too, right?
Yeah, I try to keep clean. It's quite difficult right now, but yes, I try to keep clean. It's always a never-ending task, of course. Yeah, but how I deal with just probably games and just relax. I really like using my leg massager that I showed you.
That
That's
thing's crazy.
yeah, it's great. I would
Nice.
suggest it for anybody that needs relaxation for the legs.
Cool. And yourself,
I
Dave?
want to hear more. I want to hear more about this. Wait, I want to hear more about this leg massager. So, is it like you put it around your legs, or?
Yeah, it pumps air into it and then it puts pressure around your legs to kind of give you the massage that you need, and then it heats up your like kneecaps as well, or yeah, your knees. So it helps with recovery for your legs. And it feels really good every time. I do it like 3 times every single time I'm doing it.
I think I saw something that I think that's it. It looks like almost like a pair of pants that you put on, and then is it like that? Yeah, and then
Yeah.
oh, cool. I'm like Amazon. Where'd you find that? I'm gonna check this out
I
after.
bought it off Best Buy.
Best Buy. Okay.
Yeah, I can send you the one that I got.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I'd like to look more because I don't know. I feel like as I've gotten older, well, injuries and stuff. I feel like all of us get injuries we're getting more injuries as we get older, but my knees, like you're talking about my knees feel unstable. Yeah, just I think that would really help out. Ooh,
Oh, yes,
and you
that's the
told me
one that
quite
I
a
was
bit.
just posted.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Nice. Thanks. Nice. Cool. All right. What do I do for I'm trying to think. I usually just move. Usually take a nice shower and then finish off with like a little bit of a good at least 30 seconds a minute of cold, and just to get me jolted, and then just move. It doesn't matter. Or try to do something fun with my kids. On Thursday, we were invited to go go to like a trampoline park, and like we just jump around on trampolines, and I forgot how hard that stuff is, just to jump around, how much of a workout that is, but it was so much fun, and it kind of got me going. Like I haven't worked out at the gym in a little while, and just doing that got me. It definitely was a workout, and trying to keep up with those kids. Like they had dodgeball there, and I was just jumping up on the trampoline and just swatting, these dodgeballs at my kids. Yeah, I wish there was like more kids. I wish I would have went like on a Saturday and then you just jump around like you just throw them at the kids and no mercy. Get out of my way! You don't want none of this smoke. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Next
So our
thing.
Wujay's here now too, so we can.
Oh, nice, cool. Yeah,
Wujay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So we were talking about how do we de-stress. What's your way?
I also take a shower.
Oh. Okay, cool. Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Nice. All right, Dave, take it away.
cool. All right, so next was sleep, right? So sleep, super important. I feel like a lot of us don't take enough time to sleep. I know I don't. And the big one for me for sleep is as soon as I try to get to sleep, I usually play on my phone, which I'm trying to stop doing. I think a while ago, I tried to just put the phone outside of my room, which helped for a bit. But then you're like, I'll just keep playing on my phone. So I'm working on that. But yeah, so why is sleep really important? So whenever you work out, right, you tear muscle fibers, and when you recover is when your body kind of regenerates. So muscle repair and growth, right? Super important. During sleep, produces this growth hormone, and you need it to build muscle and help repair your muscle tissue. So you definitely need an adequate amount of sleep in order to, recover. Energy restoration, obviously, this is the big one. Sleep is super important for restoring our energy levels in our body. During sleep, body restores glycogen, which is basically what we use for high energy exercise. When we're doing a lot of sprints or weightlifting, yeah, we definitely need sleep. Injury prevention, super important, right? We want to keep doing the things that we love doing. And so sleep definitely helps allow our body to rebuild damaged tissue and helps fight a lot of inflammation, stress, infection, stuff like that. Mental health. So sleep helps with our mental health, our well-being. So poor sleep has been linked to things like depression, obviously anxiety, other mood disorders, which have our negative impact on our fitness and our recovery. Yeah, I just feel like when I don't sleep properly, I just can't function. And I'm not someone who drinks a lot of coffee. And even I think if I did, I just need that sleep, right? I just feel, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys would agree, but if you don't have enough sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're usually groggy, maybe not in a bad mood, but yeah, you're maybe a little more irritable. So definitely important to get our sleep. And then lastly, hormone regulation. So sleep is super important for regulating several hormones in our body, including cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and can have definitely a negative impact on fitness and recoveries if that's too high. So yeah, sleep is super important. They suggest, I remember looking at a few, I've watched a few videos, read a few things. They say minimum for guys, we should be getting at least 7 hours of sleep, 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep, but everyone's different, right? Like I remember talking to someone yesterday. Apparently women need more sleep than us. I don't know why. But I remember talking to this girl yesterday and she's like, yeah, I'm able to function on 4 hours. And I was like, geez, imagine how much more you could get done in your life if you only need 4 hours of sleep. So I asked her if it was trainable and she's like, I don't know, but who knows? But yeah, so try to aim for 7 hours.
In case you don't remember, Dave, your wife got like maybe 2 hours of sleep when you had kids, when they're babies, right?
Yeah.
Like full good sleep, and they
Yeah.
can still function. If you think about it, people who get surgeries, I think it was like bypass surgeries, they can't fall asleep completely because they have to monitor.
Mhm.
So sleep, yes, although 7 hours is great, but you can still function off 2. And although it's not optimal, it's crazy what our bodies can do. So
Yeah. No operating any heavy machinery though.
Oh yeah,
Just like-
definitely. Or driving any buses for sure.
yeah, exactly.
I put an article for you guys inside the chat, 7 types of rest. You know, we think sleep is important, but there are 7 different types of rest that we can take that actually will boost our energies. And a lot of us, most of the time, are missing some of these. So take a look. Yeah.
Nice, awesome. Last one was mobility. So mobility, why is mobility super important, right? We don't want to be stiff when we're, we want to be able to move our body, right? To be able to do and enjoy the things we like doing, whether it be running, weightlifting, taekwondo, right? You need to have a certain amount of mobility, right? I know that I just use, for example, when I go on vacation, right? You go on vacation, you go do some excursion, you want to go see, let's say you want to go hike and you want to see this beautiful view. Changfoot, when you went to Mauritius, you went to go see Le Morne. And if you didn't have that fitness, level, if you didn't have that amount of mobility, you could have just seen those photographs your entire life, but you've never seen it. You've never been able to experience it from up top there. So mobility, right? I always laugh when
barely have mobility to get that.
well, you have it. You have the minimum amount of mobility to get there. But no, I feel sad sometimes. Well, maybe laughing is not the right word, but I feel sad sometimes when I go on vacation and I want to do these certain treks or these certain excursions, and I'll see maybe people who are not as mobile, maybe not as physically fit, and they want to do these things, and they usually give up not even a quarter of the way, or they just start their journey. I remember when I went to Greece, when I went to Crete, we went to this mountain called the Mountains of, or what was it called? Sarmatian, something like that. Sarmatian Mountains. Basically, you drive up to the top of the mountain and then you just hike all the way down. And there's a bunch of gorges, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's it. We started at the top, and I remember seeing, this lady was also not the smartest. She showed up in heels, and she wants to go down, I don't know how many steps. This hike probably took us a good 2.5, 3 hours. So we start walking, and we get maybe a good 10 minutes into it, and obviously she's way back, and I just, after a minute or two, we see her go back up, and that's it. So you wasted all that time to come and do this, and you weren't prepared, but also she probably wasn't physically ready to do this kind of thing. But yeah, so mobility is super important. So mobility exercises, right, they help to improve our range of motion, our flexibility. It definitely helps in reducing muscle soreness and stiffness, especially when we're working out, right? Because our body gets, especially when we're doing physical activity, our muscles get really sore. They get stiff, right? They tighten up so that you can do these exercises when you run, right? Your quads, your hams, your glutes, calves, everything gets tense. And, you need to stretch them out after so they're more supple, so that, your muscles are almost like an elastic band, right? Like they need to be able to move. And,
Left, yeah.
Sorry?
2 minutes left.
Oh, 2 minutes left. All right. And yeah, so definitely they help. So when you're mobile, right, helps with injury, with performance, physical activity, right? So I found in myself, a lot of the common tight areas that I have are hips, right? Hips are super, super tight. Shoulders, we were talking about shoulders, Andrew, before. Lower back, hamstrings, calves, our quads, and a little bit of mobility, a little bit of maybe strength mobility training definitely helps. And just everyday life, right? Like going upstairs, picking up your kids, putting them in the car. Yeah. And then lastly, what are some things that we can do, right, to help with recovery, or examples of it, right? So you can do cold showers, strength training, mobility exercise. These are all good for different reasons. So cold showers, so thought to help aid recovery of reducing inflammation, soreness in our body. Cold water also increases blood flow and circulation, which helps speed up recovery, right? You're getting blood in that area. We were talking about injuries, helps with that. Also, cold showers help reduce stress and improve mood, and definitely help with your overall health and well-being. I take showers like, we have to challenge ourselves, right? And I find that small little challenge, whether when we take our shower, it just kind of continues, gives us that kind of that euphoric feeling after. And yeah, you're not supposed to. I remember the first time when I started looking into cold showers, I thought, oh man, you have to get in the shower, you have to put on cold water, you just jump in. No, the way that I kind of do it is I take my regular shower, and then I'll put it to cold, and I'll try to stay as long as I can, and like move around. But yeah, apparently, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently the feeling that we get after we take a cold shower has the same baseline of our mood that apparently cocaine gives us. That's what I heard. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, but it keeps our mood up in a similar way. So, you either do cocaine or you can take a cold shower. But yeah, it's a free, easy thing that it definitely helps me with my mood, especially when I'm feeling like shit. Take that shower, take a cold one. It just kind of challenges my body. I'm like, oh, and then just get that euphoric feeling after. Yeah. Strength training, we talked about this before, not really recovery, but strength training, really good. Helps improve our recovery, gives us bigger muscles, strength, right? Which is always, a plus. And then mobility exercises, right? So mobility exercises help to improve our range of motion, our flexibility, helps with recovery, muscle soreness and stiffness, and helps improve, our risk of injury. So yeah, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, thanks guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.